Hi, this is Makeup Maria from Miami. If you're living your best life in your mid plus years or you love skincare and makeup, this is the place for you. You may have noticed that I didn't film last week, and that was because I had a little get together to go to, and I work during the week, and so I film and edit on the weekend, typically on Saturdays, and so I really can't do that and go out, so I didn't. And also I'm trying to play with the lighting. I got another ring light, and I just saw a YouTube video that said ring lights don't work well, and so I'm still playing with the lighting. I sit in front of a window. I film on a Mac computer, and the lighting is so bright that it's amazing. It just really will mess up my light because it's just such a dramatic change when the lighting shows not. So I'm trying to play with that. So I apologize for any lighting issues and for seeing the ring light in my glasses. I'm trying to find a way of avoiding that as well. So I decided to do this video because I realized that there are some beautiful products that I spent good money on that I haven't been using. So I pulled them all out and I said I'm going to use them. And I thought, well, hey, why don't I show you what I've been neglecting, but show you that there are reasons and that I still love these products and I don't want to declutter them. I want to keep using them. And so hopefully this video inspired me to pull them out and use them. Hopefully they may inspire you to do the same. So let's do it. I wish I was one of those people that would sit at a beautiful vanity that was covered with makeup and sat calmly to do my makeup every day, and that's just not the case. I stand in a little crowded bathroom and use my makeup products that are in the cabinet and hope that none of them fall in the toilet. I mean, I do close the lid, but that's my reality. And so unfortunately, because of that, I tend to go with whatever's easy and fast and accessible. And that's why some of these products get neglected. The first palette is the Divine Rose by Pat McGrath palette that came out in 2020, I believe. I just hemmed and hawed about purchasing this because it's $125. I bought it on sale, but it's a lot of money, and it is very shimmery, but it's actually one of the more subdued palettes. So I purchased it and I wore it the other day for a party, and I pulled it out and I had so much fun putting it on. I was like, what am I doing? Why am I not using this palette? I mean, it is super shimmery and I'm not used to using shimmery shadows. I'm starting to break out of my shell and use shimmery powders, and I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm glad I did. This, you spend all this money and you don't use it, and that's just seems like such a waste. The other thing that happens to me is that I like to keep these products packaged. I keep it in the box because, well, the packaging is beautiful and I just want to keep it safe, I mean, the box is a little beaten up, but I like to try to keep it from falling and from getting messed up. And so that's my problem, is I think I'm a little too precious with these products, and I need to stop being silly like that. I mean, I don't want to keep a collection of makeup just to look at. I really want to have makeup that I like and that I use. So that's an honorable mention is the Chantecaille Le Chrome Luxe Eye Duo, which I've talked about before. They're beautiful shadows, but they kind of fall along in the same category. They're shimmery, they're beautiful, and I like to keep them in the box, and that's why I don't pull them out. But I promise to use you next time. This group of products that I sadly neglect are highlighters, and there are a couple of reasons why. The first is I'm a little shy about highlighters because I do have textured skin, and so I don't want to emphasize the texture. But since I used the Lisa Eldridge one recently, I noticed that, if I use it strategically and only put it on these areas, the high points of my cheeks, that I can get away with it. And if a little bit of texture shows, who cares? Honestly, have fun and enjoy it. So that's why I pulled out my other highlighters that I haven't been using. And the other is the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter, the Flawless Filter, which is very nice. And the one that I used today was the Rare Beauty highlighter, which I thought was too pinky, but really I think it's showing up. That's the one I have on. And I think it's a little blingy, I have to say, for me, especially in combination with the Pat McGrath eyeshadow, but I'm enjoying it. So I promise to use you more often, Rare Beauty. And I like Selena Gomez's philosophy. I think some of the money is going to charity, and I think the opening of the product is a certain way to make it easier for people to access the product. I love when makeup producers do things that make things easier for people, because I mean that seems to be my issue, is that if it's too difficult to get to, I just will avoid it, because typically I spend 10 minutes putting on makeup in the bathroom. Is the Gucci bronzer that I've talked about on my channel before. It's lovely, it's beautiful. The packaging is tremendous. Of course, it comes in this little pouch, and then look at that. I mean, just come on, you gotta love this. But again, I think that because it's got this special packaging, it's in a box and a little sleeve thingy, I don't pull it out. It's ridiculous, but it's true. Like if I only have 5 minutes to put on my makeup, I'm gonna grab a bronzer that all I have to do is click it open and just dust my face really fast and go. And so that's why I haven't been using it. But again, I promise to be better and to use you more often, Gucci, because again, good money spent on this project. The next category of products is brow products. I have the Tom Ford Fiber Brow Gel and the Boy Brow Grooming Pomade. These are the products that I am neglecting because what has happened to me as I've gotten older is that a lot of my brow hairs have disappeared, and hairs have appeared in other places that are not cute, and they also are turning gray. And because of this, I use a lot of products. I typically use a pomade, then I use a pencil, and then I go. So by the time I get to the fiber gel, the brow gel, that's the third step that I just unfortunately will just avoid. It's a shame because these are really lovely products and they make your eyebrows look fluffier, and so I should use it. The product is a blush by Weiss, and it's in this beautiful shade Abundance. I think I talked about it before. I hadn't pulled this out at all because I am very drawn to these types of muted colors. I've always loved gray, and unfortunately it just doesn't really pop on my skin tone. So what I did was I used it as a contour. I used it almost underneath my blush, here and here, and a little bit under my chin, and that seems to work well. They're organic, it's refillable, it's good for the environment. So I mean, in a lot of ways, it definitely was an investment as well. So I think that this is something that I should definitely pull out more often, maybe use on my lips as well, on my eyes. I should try that as well. You know what? I just thought of it. I should try it as an eyeshadow. So stay tuned for that one. Next category of products are setting sprays. I have two here that I neglect, and this is the Urban Decay setting spray, all-nighter, and the Charlotte Tilbury. So since the pandemic, I don't need my makeup to last for 12 hours, so I really just don't use it. But I really think I should, especially if I'm going to go out, because a setting spray is a really nice way of setting your makeup. If you have a lot of powder products on, it makes everything more cohesive and it gives you a nice glow. And so for that reason, I definitely am going to pull it out and use it more often. Next category is Charlotte Tilbury, and I don't mean to beat up on Charlotte Tilbury, but I do have these beautiful products. It's the Contour Wand and the Beauty Light Wand, and I honestly neglect to pull them out. I think it's because I haven't been using cream products until recently, but now I'm going to pull them out and use them more often. This is the glowy, it's like a glowy blush topper, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful product, and I just kind of dab it I think a little bit in between that didn't work. Actually, it does. Not bad. And this is the bronzer contour. Sorry, it's a contour wand. And so I'm adding a lot of products today. Okay. Not bad. I think the issue with the contour wand is you can't overblend it. If you overblend it, it'll kind of disappear. So you just got to know when to stop blending. But I think it's a lovely product, and I will definitely pull it out more often. The last product that I'm going to talk about is a perfume, and typically I don't talk about perfumes, but this is a perfume that I mentioned before. It's the Gucci Bloom. And it is a beautiful product that my sister, I had a little sample and I loved it. I went to New York and some stranger in the restroom complimented my cologne, and I was just like, okay, this is amazing. I loved it. So I love this, and I just hadn't opened it. I used up the sample and I hadn't pulled this one out, and I hadn't opened it. And so after a year, I pulled it open today and used it, and it's lovely. It's flowery, so that's not typically what I like, but this is a flowery that melds into my body chemistry, and just this delightful, and I love it. So Gucci Bloom. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. Those are the products that I love, that I have been neglecting, that I've committed to trying harder to use. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the description below what kind of content you're interested in watching. And thank you. Stay safe. Wear sunscreen. Bye.